everybody, welcome back. We're still talking about faith, and I decided let me do another one for us because I just think that 2025 is actually a faith walk. Yeah, it's not just 2025. Every day we walk by faith and not by sight. So karibu sana. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Susan, and this is Rooted Word. I just wanted to jump into faith, as you can see. My name is Susan, and this is Rooted Word. Thank you so much for stopping by here. And I decided just to share a bit of my life because somebody asked me a question about my walk with God. And sometimes when people ask you that, they think you've just been like a holy Joe throughout, like when they see you, they just think there's this, good person. My dear, it doesn't work like that. So I want to pick on faith first. So and faith when I wasn't even now fully committed to Christ. So another time I was working with I was working with another gentleman. I shall not name him right now. And why I won't name him right now is because he cheated me of my pay. And that's a story for another day. We'll get into that. So at the time I was working with this gentleman, and it wasn't in corporate. It was, again, I was doing my own biashara things. And I'll get into that gentleman another day. I came across something on YouTube. I tell you, God is God. So I would open, this sponsored thing would come on the side. You know how YouTube is. Actually, those days, because this was quite some time ago too, it was more than 10 years, maybe 15 years ago, something. I don't know. When you'd watched YouTube, the adverts would just, like they do now, play, and this one would always play. And it was a group of amazing people called Points of View. These people are based in Israel, and they have a coaching tool that is very interesting. For those of you who know, I've used Points of View before, and maybe I'll bring it back here so that you have an idea what I'm talking about. But anywho, so I used to see this advert, and the training for that particular year was going to happen in Romania. So it would show you, they would show you what clips, this is the tool. These are people who are using the tool. This year we are going to be in Romania, and then they would show you the hotel and all, snippets. And I would watch this thing and I'd be like, oh, okay, sawa, Now, for those of you, sawa is like cool. So one day I kept on watching this thing. I watched it maybe for a week or so. And I just decided, like, why can't I not go? I've never been to Romania. I didn't even know where Romania is. Let me just be honest. I was like, Romania sounds interesting. Yeah, I think I'll go to Romania. And I was like, okay, Lord, I want to go to Romania. So I didn't even know how much this thing was going to cost. I didn't know anything. I just knew there's Points of View. It's a coaching tool, a group of people who use this coaching tool, and we are going to be in Romania. So I wrote to them. I clicked the advert. I said, oh, I want to come for this thing. I think it will help me. I'm a trainer, and I train in leadership and all sorts of things. So can I come? And, they were like, okay, fine. We will send you all the information so that you can go get your visa. Now, remember this guy who I was working with, he was supposed to pay me. At that time, he was supposed to pay me like 100 and maybe 20 to 50K. And let me tell you, 150K at that time was like 1,000,000 shillings. All right. It was even maybe 1.5 M, because it was 150 was, honestly, it was a lot of money. So I'm here waiting for this guy. And you know what he does? He gives me 6K. At one point. Was it 12K? Anyway, let me say 12, but I don't think it was 12. He gave me like 12K. No, it was 6. It was 6,000 shillings. And he was like, just take this and I'll give you and whatever. So me, by that time, I had found out where the Romanian embassy was. I couldn't see anything on the internet, like whatever. So I went to the Romanian embassy and with my 6K. All right. And because I didn't know how much it was going to be, if anything, now me, I don't know. And I went with my paperwork from the guys of Points of View, and then I met, it was so funny because I went there, I met this guy, he looked young to me, and he's like, okay, sit down. And I'm like, okay, so I'm the only one at the embassy. And then he sits across me, he takes my passport, he reads everything. In fact, he's correcting me. He's like, no, where you're going is here, and where you're going to go to another place is here. So you can't have a single entry. You need this and that and all that. So he corrected it. Coming to see, he was the ambassador. And of course, at that point, after checking everything, he says, okay, your visa is approved. It's this 6,000 bob. You can come and pick it up on Friday. Okay. I said, thank you so much. I was so excited. And he was like, no, go with your papers. I've gotten copies. Ora. Or go with your copies. Now, I was supposed to be in Romania on Wednesday, if I'm not wrong. So this is like Tuesday. And then he told me pick up my visa on Friday, so that the next week, I was traveling the next week. Okay. I was traveling like on Tuesday the next week or Wednesday next week, one of the two. So now on Friday, I pick up my visa. So I have a visa in my passport. I have Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and latest Tuesday to fly out of Kenya. But guess what? I don't have money in my account. And these guys are calling. They're calling. They're like, Susan, are you sure you're coming? Because we need you to send some money for your hotel. We need to book. Remember, it's not going to happen in Israel. It's happening in Romania. It's not happening in where they are located. And I'm like, yeah, I'm coming. On Monday morning, I call the bank and I tell them, I'll need $2,000. But money is going to come into my account. It's not yet come. And I need $2,000. Okay. So when it comes, just put aside. I don't care what the rate is. I need it because I'll be traveling like ASAP, like quick, without even blinking an eye. I call the travel agent and I say, I'm supposed to be in Romania by this day. Find me, who goes there. I don't know where Romania is. So it was a very interesting. I went to Doha. From Doha, I went to Germany. From Germany, I went, into Romania. Into the park that we need at Subi. I needed to be in Subi. So on Monday, this is Monday, I'm calling everybody. The travel agent comes back with the booking. The bank is like, okay, we've checked your account. Nothing has been deposited. I'm like, don't worry. I'm expecting money. And I'm like, Lord, I have a visa. I have had a visa to Thailand and I didn't go. I've had a visa to Sijui, where Turkey was, wherever it was, I didn't go. Now this one, no. And this other guy, I'm waiting for this guy to deposit money into my account. Let me tell you guys, the bank called me, told me, Susan, the money came, we've put the 2,000. I'm like, the money came. I didn't even, guys, I went to the bank, collected the 2,000, took 1,000, went paid the ticket. Yeah. That was on Tuesday. Have you ever packed like a mad person and gone to the airport in the night and called people and just said, I'm on my way, because that was all I could do. And then I was on the plane. Like, even when I was in the airport, I was holding my head like this because it felt like a dream. It didn't feel real. It felt like, I have those vivid dreams sometimes where you actually feel you're somewhere. You can feel you're walking and you're talking to people. It felt like that. The guy in immigration, I think, because I was just holding my head, he's asking me questions. I'm like, yeah, put your finger. When I reached Doha is when I realized that, no, this is actually happening. When I got to Romania, it was so funny because by the time I was on that flight from Germany to Romania, I was the only black person, which I didn't remember neither, because I don't remember color, guys. And when I got there, I was the last person. They put me aside. They tried to call these people. They were trying to make sure that I knew where the heck I was going. Somehow my suitcase was damaged, but who cares? And the man was so sorrowful. He's like, I didn't put you aside because you're black. And I'm like, oh, I'm black. Oh yeah, I am. Who cares? And I enjoyed myself in Romania, and Points of View family are just a bomb. And I came back home and I just thought, faith without works is dead. Really. God expects us to walk in faith. Like, when I'm telling you this, I'm being Let me tell you, my brother and my elder brother was just like, "You're crazy." He used to just say, "Why are you so crazy? You say these things and then you go do them and they actually happen." And I'm like, "Isn't that cool?" To me, it was not really testing God per se, but I used to just think God is really interesting. If you you do like this, it's almost like he does like this 10 times, And I used to find it so encouraging that um your voice and your word. Remember this time, guys, I'm not like in ministry. I mean, yeah, maybe at this time I was going to church, kidogo, kidogo, here and there, but it wasn't something that was part and parcel of my life. What was part and parcel of my life was just taking the word of God and just saying it and believing in it. And that is how I got to Romania. And that's how I met all the wonderful people at Points of View. And they're having another training. For those of you who are interested, you can just go to pointsofview.com. You will Points of View, POINTS of you you.com. Very interesting. And yeah, so I went to Romania. Romania is very beautiful. It was very interesting because I forget I'm black. So by the time I saw one black person in where did I see this guy? In Bucharest or whatever. It was very interesting, but they were very nice. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the training, and I pray I will go back to Romania because it's one of those places you have to go see with your eyes. The architecture, the history, and everything. Very, very interesting. But I wouldn't have gone to Romania if I had no faith. I wouldn't have gone to Romania if I didn't act in faith. And remember, I'm telling you guys, this was a Susan who was neither here nor there, By this time, I don't think I was drinking. I wasn't drinking, but I wasn't really also 150% committed. I was, this way, that way. So yeah, so that's my other story of faith. And I think I'll share one more just to encourage you, that God listens to everybody. I think Christians, we think that God only listens to us. Let me tell you something. It rains on good and bad people. The sun shines on good and bad people. Not that other people who are not Christians are bad. I'm just saying that God works with his principles. God works with what he has said in his word. God can't go against his word. When you read the Bible, it doesn't write there Christian. Ask and it shall be given, seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall be open. No, the Bible just says, ask and it shall be given, seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall be open. So I want to encourage you as we enter a new month and as we come closer to half of the year, what are you asking for? What are you knocking for? What are you seeking? And do you have faith? Because the next thing we're going to talk about after faith is belief. If you notice in all this, I believed I was going to be in Romania. Let me tell you, just quickly, my brother thought I was nuts, especially when I went with my 6K and my passport. By the way, guys, I did go with a bank statement. I didn't go because I had really no, guys, remember, there was no money in the bank. So there was no way I was going to go to the Romanian embassy with a bank statement. I'm not crazy. I mean, why would I take a 00 or minus or whatever, 30,000 negative? I don't know. I wasn't going to do. I just went with my Points of View invitation, my passport, and my 6,000, and the faith knowing that I am getting my visa. Look how God did it for better. The ambassador is the one who served me, and I kid you not. I should show you my passport. I will try maybe on the next one. I'll show you. You'll see. I'm telling you, it was amazing. It built me up. Even though I wasn't inside the Lord completely, he was just building my faith slowly by slowly. You can imagine, like I said with the last time I did that stuff with the EU, now I've gone to Romania. So what else do you think I'm going to talk about that God has done by faith? Let me talk about my kids in the next one. All right, until the next one, I want to say thank you so much for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Guys, please comment, share your faith walk, share your faith challenges. Let's help each other. And I just want to say, see you on the next one. Bye.